Yo, what's up, guys? So, I'm gonna just kind of like go on something here in regards to equipment. And I shoot Canon. Been shooting Canon for, you know, damn near 5 years with, some experience with Nikon. But, most definitely always questions about what's the best lens to shoot with. And for me, I've enjoyed using the 50 millimeter, for many, many different situations, and I've owned them all. You know what I mean? I'm happy to say that I've owned them all. I own the 1.2 now, but I've had the 1.8, the 1.4, like what you see on the screen here. And I just kind of wanted to go on to kind of just be like, which one is better for your automotive photography? And we're going to just quickly look over this. So here I have a quick little diagram. We got the 50 1.8. It's like 125. It's a cheap piece of plastic. It does the job. It's suited for a lot of little situations. And if you're on a budget, it's great. You can purchase it. It can do everything you need it to do. Has a little ultrasonic motor inside of it. It's not ultrasonic per se, but it's just a little motor inside of it. And you'll just hear it always doing really loud noises when it's trying to focus in. One quick thing about all the lenses, or any lens that you get, you know what I mean? Every lens acts differently depending on the body that you have. And in that regard, it's mainly to the focus points of your camera body. So a 50 1.8 might be different on a full frame body like a Mark III than, let's say, a Mark II, because there are differences in focus points. So it might not focus faster on the Mark II, but it will focus a lot faster on the 5D Mark III. So there's so many variables to that. Of course, you have other lenses as well, like the Zeiss. Those Zeiss lenses are all manual focus and don't autofocus at all. Then, of course, you do have the other primes like the Sigma and the Tamrons, but I don't use third-party lenses, so this is just specifically on Canon. But with the 51.8, it's okay. It's not that bad. I think I might have owned it for maybe 2 months. It just wasn't my cup of tea. So when I went ahead and sold it, I bought myself the 1.4. I had the pleasure of using the 1.4 for almost 3.5 years before I sold it and used it to buy the 1.2. The 1.4 is probably the fastest lens out of all three, and even though the imagery isn't as tack sharp as the 1.2, it is still one of my favorite lenses that I wish I had in my bag sometimes, because it just immediately locks on to your subject, gets you the shot you need, and in most cases you're in focus. Like 9 times out of 10 you're in focus. It's an amazing photo, an amazing little it's probably one of the best, just in the series of the Canon lenses. So just real quick, I had like some premium samples. These are really, really super crappy. So this was on the 1.8, and I shot this like in 2013, and I didn't have a lot. This is like the first time when I started getting into photography, and I didn't know any better. And I think I had a T3i or something like that, and I don't know, I don't remember that much, but I think I had a T3i, and I shot this with the 51.8. I was kind of looking for my purpose in photography and trying to find out what I could shoot, and I saw a car meet, so I went to go talk to some of the guys there, and I just started shooting around, and here's one of those photos. Here's another photo. Yeah, I know it's totally blurry, but I couldn't find anything else. The archives are so old. This is Alfonso from Fonz Media. That's his car. I think I have a better photo somewhere else, but I only wanted to showcase the 51.8. My experience with it, I just didn't like it. It wasn't for me. So when I decided to go ahead and upgrade to the 1.4, which you'll see in these photos, I shot both of these shots here. And the reason why I love the 1.4, again, the bokeh, for me, it was everything I wanted it to be. It was very light, versatile at any time of the day, and you couldn't ask for anything else. on this night here, I didn't have any filter on or anything. It was just shot straight on. But I did do some editing inside of Lightroom or Photoshop at the time before I moved everything to Lightroom. But and then of course this one too. Both of these shots are some of my favorites from the earlier years where I was, I had a lot of low end body stuff. But again, it's not so much the equipment is going to make you a better photographer. You have to make yourself a better photographer. The equipment is there to help you and to deliver your message, deliver your vision. But you got to kind of be a self-study to this stuff and become a better photographer and studying more and ensuring that your skills are put to the test when you go out and you start shooting stuff. Now, when compared to the 1.2, the 1.2 is a totally different monster for me. The focusing system on the 1.2 isn't as fast as the 1.4 because it's such larger elements that it takes the USM motor to just lock onto your subject and shoot. Using it in weddings for the last year, it has been one difficult freaking lens to use. I don't like it. With the 1.4, it locked on immediately. I was taking shot at my subject. I didn't have any issue. With the 1.2, sometimes it just kind of it just hunts. It hunts for your subject. Even it's just like, wow, like I really miss that 1.4. I really wish I had it. But having said that, it does give you better imagery. The final results of the 1.2 are astounding. You're looking at better glass. You're looking at more spherical elements, and the final imagery is just like, it blows your mind away. And here's one more shot that I did with the 50. And to me, having to have really sharp images is why I got the 1.2. I just wanted that step up a little bit, and be able to have the equipment ready for stuff that I wanted to use, specifically for publishing and for marketing. I really didn't want to go ahead and use the 1.4 so much for it, but with the 1.2, you could definitely step your game up. But these are just my opinions. You could have totally different. I'm sure that a lot of you guys are gonna be like, yeah, well, it's a waste of money to get a 1.2. You might as well just get the Sigma. Because Sigma is so much better. I totally understand. I know. I get it. I'm just a freaking homer, and I'm a brand loyalist, and that's just what it is. But for anybody else, kind of looking to see what is best for them, I definitely recommend the 1.4. You start using it after a while and you get used to it, because it doesn't have to hunt for your imagery. It doesn't have to hunt for your subject. It immediately locks on and takes great and wonderful pictures. And even for the price, you can't go wrong. $399. Sometimes it's on sale for like $350. Sometimes you might find it used for $250. I mean, if you buy these lenses used, you save yourself money. You know what I mean? It's not like people mistreat these lenses. They're just, they're just not as heavily used for most. Sometimes because they have a 7200 and they opt for the 7200 over the 50, and that's totally fine. I love using my 50. Everywhere I go, I take it all over. So, again, what lens is better for you depends on your budget, depends on your need, and it totally depends if it's, the right time for you to upgrade. So definitely look into it. If you have, if you're just one of those people who are like, well, I don't have any of the money or whatever it is to use it for, these projects, you could always rent them. Lens rentals, borrow lenses. They always have specials. You can rent them for like 30, 40, 50 bucks or something like that for like a week, and you can try them out. So that's my recommendation on that. I appreciate you guys watching. If you have any questions, leave a question down below. Have a like, share, appreciate it. Thanks.